Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm on the hunt for the best meal deal in London. Can you get a good quality 2-course meal for less than £25? Well, let's find out. And we're going to check out Brown's. Now, this place is a fantastic location. It's halfway between Leicester Square and Covent Garden. So if you're in London and you're looking for somewhere to eat, it might be worth checking this out because it's really nice inside. So let's go in, check out what they've got on the menu and what the food is like. So here I am at the table and I've got the set menu here. So you get the choice of either a starter and main or a main and dessert for £21.50. You can have all three for £26.50, but I'm just going to go for two. So I've decided that we're going to go for the pan-fried Seabass and potato salad. And the cameraman is going for a club sandwich for the mains. And then for dessert, we're going to have classic Apple and Rhubarb Crumble, which comes with, I think it comes with ice cream, and Belgian Chocolate Mousse. So we're going to order these. Let's see what the food's like. Okay, so the food has now arrived. So we've got the Seabass, which is served on a potato salad with rocket lettuce, for the smallest slice of lemon I've ever seen, and some pesto garnish. I've actually ordered 2 dishes. So we've got club sandwich, which is the classic chicken bacon with a portion of chips. Right, so let's dive in and see what the Seabass is like. So this is a fillet of Seabass. It's not on the bone. Don't really like it on the bone, a bit too much work for my liking. The skin has been nicely cooked, so relatively crisp. Put the salad underneath here, so I'll just separate this. Looks really nice, looks really nicely cooked. Take a little bit of this salad. Tastes really nice, really nicely cooked, good flavour, complements well with the salad. I think this is going to be a good dish. Let me eat it and I'll talk to you about what it's like outside. Somebody's ordered the afternoon tea, which looks really quite interesting. It's a bit early for afternoon tea for me, it's still lunchtime, but obviously they serve it from, I think, from 1 till 5, so you can get it any time. Here's the club sandwich. It's a good size. It's on one big skewer. We've got bread, lettuce, chicken, bread, tomato, bacon. So let me pull a section off because it's impossible. I mean, nobody could eat that as it is. So let me just pull that off. It's still fairly substantial. Take the skewer out. I don't want to injure myself. That's a very large bite. That would basically be about 2 sandwiches worth normally in terms of the amount that I would bite. Classic flavours. It's a classic dish. Prepared really well. The bread's really nice. Chicken is succulent, not too dry, because sometimes when you get a club sandwich, it can be not the best chicken in there. They just load it with anything. This does seem like premium quality. The bacon's good. It's not fatty. It's got streaky bacon, which got lots of flavour in it, smoked. So it's actually complementing the chicken. There's a little bit of mayonnaise in there as well, but overall that tastes like an excellent club sandwich. So very happy with that first bite. Let me eat a significant portion of this Let me try one of the chips. So, looks quite good. Crisp on the outside, well cooked. Got a good crunch to it. Maybe a little bit overcooked. A little bit dry. Bit dry, bit overcooked. Okay, I mean, they're all right. Not the best fries that I've had. Okay, quite well seasoned, but a bit dry, bit overcooked. Let me finish this meal and I'll speak to you about what it was like outside. So the desserts have now arrived. I meant to mention earlier actually, the water. Talked about this in previous videos, but in the UK, it's compulsory for anyone with a license to give you free tap water. So that's what I've got here, so no cost for this. Now we've got the apple and rhubarb crumble. Now crumble is something that's traditionally British. It was actually started in World War II when you couldn't get as much butter as you would do normally because of the rationing system. So somebody invented a way of making a dessert using less butter but still with some flour and sugar. And so when you mix that up and put it on top of a pie, it becomes this sort of crumbly mixture that you can see here. And then you bake it and it goes nice and warm. But it does taste really good. It's a really good compliment. We've got apple and rhubarb here, and rhubarb is something, apple and rhubarb is a traditional dish that you'd have in the autumn fall period, so pre-Christmas. And rhubarb is very popular in the UK. You can grow it virtually anywhere, and you have to put a lot of sugar into it because it's quite sour. You just eat it normally, but it does complement quite well with apple. Now normally I would have this with custard, but there wasn't an option with custard today. It's ice cream here. I'm sure the ice cream's tasty, so let's have a little bit of both. This is hot. Let's have a little, let me just and that's really, really tasty. There's a really good ratio of apple and rhubarb to crumble, because the thing with the crumble, you don't want too much of it. If you do, it becomes too dry and it's not very tasty. It just adds a little bit of crunch. That's a really good combination of the apple, rhubarb and crumble. And the apple and rhubarb doesn't taste predominantly of either or. It's a good mixture of both. Ice cream's absolutely delicious too, and they've got some crumble sitting under that as well. So let me finish this off and I will talk to you about everything outside. So here's the second dessert, a Belgian chocolate mousse. And I have to say, this is a fixed menu for a relatively good price. This is a high quality looking dessert. This is the sort of thing that you would pay quite a lot of money for. So we just have, oh, it's very, very thick. Wow, that's really thick. So let me just have a zoom in on that before I devour it. If you like chocolate, that is absolutely delicious. Really, really chocolatey, but not, even though it was thick when I pulled it out, so it is quite solid. It doesn't taste like that when you put it into your mouth. It really melts in the mouth, just dissolves straight away. You get all of the flavour. Oh, I mean, I do like chocolate. That is right up my street. Really, really tasty. Let's have one of these little biscuits that's come with it. Got a lot of icing sugar on it. Let me try and put a bit of chocolate on that, make it a little bit more. That's a sweet shortbread biscuit, so quite hard, crunchy, really tasty, goes really well with the chocolate. So I have to say, this looks like a fantastic dessert, and there is a lot of chocolate mousse here for me to eat. So let me get cracking on this and I will talk to you about everything outside. So here's the bill, comes in a nice little pouch. So we ordered 2 of the set menus at £21.50 each. So obviously that would be £43, and the total bill has come in at £47.30, which is really good value. So the only addition on top of the actual fee was a £4.30 service charge. So the water, as we talked about earlier, is free. That is really good value for a very high quality meal. We'll talk about the food when we go outside, but £47.30 for 2 servings of very high standard food, I think, is as good as you'll get in London. One other thing to note about Brian's is that they have a VIP loyalty scheme. So you can scan this QR code and join, and you get a variety of different benefits, including free cocktail just for joining. You get £10 off a bottle of fizz all week long, £25 off on your birthday, exclusive offers every month, including complimentary drinks and dishes, early access to seasonal events, and all you need to do is scan that QR code. So that's quite a nice little perk. So here we are outside again, having had the meal. And as I said, inside, the food was really well presented. What was great about it is that it wasn't a reduced portion. So sometimes when you have a set menu, you get something that isn't on the main menu. They give you something that's just portioned out, and you feel a little bit cheated and a bit hard done by. You come to the restaurant, you're not getting the full experience. Here, they gave you exactly the same meal as you would get if you were ordering off the a la carte menu. So I think that's a major positive. I've just had 2 courses. I feel really full, so it's definitely enough to fill you up. You don't need to go and have something else afterwards. Now, in terms of the dishes themselves, I ordered 2 of the mains and 2 of the puddings. So the Seabass, really nicely presented, very well cooked. The skin was fantastic, been really well fried. The portion itself was good size. It was served with a potato salad, which I'm not sure that I would have paired the 2 up myself. It was cold and the sea bass was warm. I think that's always a tricky combination when you've got warm and cold food. There was a rocket salad with it as well. Overall, it was a really nice dish, but probably not my favourite accompaniment. But the sea bass itself was absolutely excellent. Definitely recommend that. In terms of the club sandwich, the size of it was absolutely huge. Very good quality produce in there. The chicken, really succulent, well cooked. The bacon wasn't fatty, very tasty, nice smoky flavour to it. Really well made, enjoyed it. There was a lot of it. I had half of that, felt really full. The chips, the fries, not my favourite. They'd been overcooked. I don't know whether they'd been reheated or cooked twice, as they call it these days, but they definitely were a bit hard. There wasn't a lot of potato in there, not my favourite, and I do eat a lot of fries, so I'm not against fries, they just weren't that great. But they were okay. But the club sandwich itself, I think, was excellent. In terms of the 2 desserts, now this is where it really came into its own. The Apple and Rhubarb Crumble, really tasty, really good portion size, lots of flavour in that sauce that was underneath the crumble. Ice cream on the side, really tasty as well. So overall, definitely recommend that dish. The chocolate mousse, there was a lot of it, really tasty, high quality, so can't argue with any of that. So overall, I think this has been fantastic value. £21.50 for that dish, very small service charge. The water was free, so I would definitely recommend, if you're in central London, if you're either Leicester Square or Covent Garden, check this place out. It is definitely worth a visit. Go for the set menu, and you can get a meal for 2 for less than £50, which I think is excellent. So thank you for watching this video all the way through to the end. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next.